I bet you didn't know mirrors could trap you. They seem so innocent, just reflecting our world back at us. But sometimes they hold secrets, dark and terrifying secrets. Sarah found out the hard way. She had always been a curious soul, but some curiosities are better left unexplored. Sarah always hated the old mirror in her grandmother's attic. It was a relic from another time. A time when things were made to last, but also a time when people believed in the supernatural. Cloudy surface, cracked frame. It seemed to hold the weight of countless years and countless secrets. No matter how many times she turned it around, it always faced her. It was as if the mirror had a mind of its own, a sinister mind. One stormy evening, alone in her grandmother's house, Sarah heard a faint whisper, the kind of whisper that sends chills down your spine. Not from outside, but from the attic, the place she dreaded the most. Heart-pounding, she climbed the creaky stairs. Each step felt like a journey into the unknown. Each step echoed through the empty house. The sound seemed to grow louder, more ominous. The whispering grew louder, forming words she couldn't understand. It was like a language from another world, a world beyond the mirror. When she reached the attic, the room was still, except for the mirror. It seemed to be waiting for her, like a predator waiting for its prey. Sarah gasped. Her reflection wasn't copying her movements. It was as if the mirror had its own reality, a twisted version of her own. Instead, the other her smiled, a smile that was not her own, but something far more sinister. "You shouldn't be here," the reflection said, its voice a warped version of her own. It was like hearing herself from a nightmare. Sarah stepped back, but her reflection stayed put. It was as if the mirror had trapped her reflection, leaving her powerless. Slowly, it lifted a hand and pressed against the glass from the inside. The sensation was chilling, like ice against her skin. A crack spread across the mirror. It was as if the mirror was breaking the barrier between their worlds. Panicked, Sarah turned to run, but her feet wouldn't move. It was as if the mirror had rooted her to the spot. Looking down, she saw her hands, her real hands, pressed against the glass. She was no longer in control of her own body. She was inside the mirror, trapped in a world she didn't understand, a world that was a twisted reflection of her own. And in the real world, her reflection turned, smoothed out its dress, and walked away. It was as if her reflection had taken over her life, leaving her trapped in the glass, screaming silently as the crack sealed shut. Her cries for help unheard, her fate sealed in the cold, unfeeling glass.